yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Prince Iyasha, and we talking about cosmic hoodoo. Yes, cosmic intergalactic hoodoo. We're talking about the law of correspondence and manifesting. We'll talk a little bit about the basics of root working. We were going to talk about herbs and stuff, but I want y'all to get the concepts, because magic starts with the intent and in the mind, and the spell starts in the intent and in the mind. So I want y'all to get the right mind state and the right concept and the right thought processes, so that way when y'all do use roots and stuff, y'all are using it in a format to where it is beneficial and used to its highest capacity, and not just being, used in its lesser grade or degrees of capacity. So everybody share this video. We're going to try to get everybody in here. Touch yourself, yeah. And then we're going to go with the mystery of shadow boxing or chess boxing, you feel me? In a minute after this one. And then that's 3 videos. So I try to give y'all at least 2 to 3 videos a day now. So let's get everybody in here. Don't forget to check out the YouTube and stuff. We're just now getting back started, back into the groove. Alright, so let's get everybody in here. Y'all might notice that we do not have Bobby on no more. So I will be doing protection magic on my own for here on out. So yeah, that's how we're gonna be doing that. Yeah, I've been reading them signs. I've been losing my mind. Yeah, get the fuck out the way. Must be this holiday. It must be nice up above the lights and with a lovely life that I made. Yeah, I know that feeling like it's in my family tree. Yeah, never said you drove me crazy. I'm a speeder. Somebody save me from myself. Yeah, I'm trying to get all y'all in here. A whole squad, a whole X-Men squad in this bitch. You feel me? This one's gonna be epic and major. Hell yeah, they letting me. But first, I'm gonna talk about psychic etiquette. Psychic etiquette, how to carry yourself amongst psychic people and amongst certain individuals and stuff like that, so that way you don't get ill wished on you, or you don't set into the wrong scenario, or it's many occasions. This is why you gotta learn psychic etiquette, mental etiquette, you feel me, telepathic etiquette, because people can hear y'all thoughts, people can, all types of different stuff. So we're trying to get everybody in this thing, like, woo. Everybody, come on in. Come on in. Hi, I'm the highest priest on earth. If you can't tell that how high I am, then oh well. That's on you. You should be as high as me. Shout out Witch Patrol or whatever it is, Renegade. Shout out to them. We getting in. Man, there's so many of y'all. My friends list is getting so big, I can't even invite all y'all all the time. It's like, man, we'll be sitting here for 3 hours just trying to invite all the people that I want to invite, man. So I'm gonna invite a couple more of y'all niggas, and that's about it, man. My thumb getting tired. I gotta teach. I gotta give out this information. Feed the people. So you catch it. Wow, they blocked the video. Man, blocked the video. Can y'all hear me? Ad breaks disabled. I don't even know what the ad break is. So yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up? They always hating on the bars because we be using their music and shit. Can y'all hear me? Somebody give me thumbs up. Tap the like button if y'all can hear me, if I'm audible right now. Because they just blocked it. So let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me talk? Mic check. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So the law of correspondence, we're going to go into the law of correspondence and manifesting. So psychic etiquette. What is psychic etiquette? So like previously before, when you go into certain places, yeah, definitely. So when you guys go to certain places and spaces like say crystal stores or crystal shops, like I said, you might not want to ask certain questions because certain things are considered sacred or certain things are considered a part of psychic etiquette. So how you think, if I think, therefore I am. But when you become telepathic and you start interlinking and you start forming connections in your brain, you start being able to realize other people can have the abilities. And I'm gonna have to move y'all comments. So I'm gonna look at y'all comments later. You're gonna know that other people have the ability to hear your thoughts. There are other people have the ability to pick up on your thoughts. They have the ability to pick up on your energy. And some people are empathic, so empathic that they pick up on your energy as their own energy. So you have to know psychic etiquette and how to carry yourself psychically and mentally. Because you got to think, you think, therefore you am, and you are manifesting those thoughts into your reality. And you could be working in a group or in different scenarios, and you have to be able to have your mind state on lock, on control. Like I told a story not too long ago how I got fucking the evil eye or cursed or whatever at a store, and I went to the store and this girl came in there talking about how she needed help with a possession from this witch lady at the time. And this is when I was not even green or whatever. I was, you know what I'm saying? Or this is when I was green. I mean, this is not when I was brown. This is when I was just fresh into it or whatever. And yeah, she's like, oh, I need help. You know anything about possession? And I'm in my head like, possession? This bitch got possessed, nigga? Like, possession? The fuck? Like, I just so happened to be in the corner where all the dark work and shit was. So I'm like, the fuck? But I think I said it so loud in my head that everybody heard it. And then everybody looked like that's kind of disrespectful. Like, why you even thinking that way? It was like, so the lady shot me this look. Shot that shit at me. She was old. They practiced that shit. Uh yeah, I ended up shitting in a bucket for a goddamn fucking all night. All night. The toilet broke. It was horrible. So psychic etiquette is something you might want to, you gotta know what to say, what not to say, what questions to ask, what not to ask. You know, you gotta be aware of your thoughts, their thoughts, and the realm thoughts around you. So psychic etiquette, what goes into the law of correspondence, which is perfect. So the law of correspondence, y'all, right? The law of correspondence says that our current reality is a mirror of what is going on inside of us. Our reality is a result of our innermost thoughts. It says if our life is filled with unhappiness, chaos, dissatisfaction, is just straight up unfulfilling. This is because how we feel about inside. That is the law of correspondence, because you guys have to learn the different frequencies in order to learn how the different levels are magic. So you have sympathetic magic, okay? You have empathetic magic. You have the law of corresponding magics, which encompasses all of those. So when you're crafting a spell or something, you have to go with those law of correspondence as if it was like dark work or whatever. That would be, okay, this is how I want my target to feel. This is what I want them to experience, and what corresponds that. But as far as manifesting your reality, you need to be able to fill yourself with positive thoughts, positive vibes, positive vibrations, and all these things. You have to keep constantly doing it. It's hard. Trust me. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's more easier to be negative than it is to be positive, because most of us are so used to such dense energy that it's like, all right, it's easier for somebody to be negative than it is positive. It's easier. Just like it's easy for somebody to do something bad than it is to do easy, because than it is to do good. Because to do something good requires a certain level of discipline. And people as humans, we don't like being disciplined. We don't like authority. But your only authority that you have to answer to is you and your guides and guardians and stuff like that placed you on that path and can kick you off that fucking path if you don't listen. That's for some of us who are on certain paths. So you have to understand. So the law of correspondence, I think, therefore I am. Okay? So it starts with the thoughts. Before I cast any type of spell or anything like that, I'm charging my thoughts, and I'm charging my intentions, and I'm charging my brain. So I'm charging these things so that way when I begin to cast, you feel me, which has to deal with the water element. So you got to know the various correspondence of reality in order to get the certain outcomes that you want. So say you wanted love or whatever, you would get certain herbs and roots and stuff like that, you know, angelica root, Adam and Eve and stuff like that or whatever, depending on what is the scenario or the key, because each situation has a proper key for it to get in there. You feel me? So that's what that is. You have, each thing has a key that you have to pretty much get. That's what that is, and we'll get into some of that. That's some other type of magical systems. So that's what it is. So if we think these things inside, everything is a mirror. This goes back to Sumerian times. This goes back to all that stuff when I was talking about Tiamat's mirror and how the mirror itself is the four. So everything in our physical manifestation manifests in threes, but everything in the spiritual aspect manifests in four. Okay? So you have the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is a mirror dimension of this reality. It is literally the corresponding matter that becomes densified through entropy into this reality. For those of you who don't know, entropy, all right, that is the earthly form of empathy. Let's just put it like that if you want to put it in a type of emotion. Because when you're doing magic, you're conjuring certain emotions, you're conjuring certain energies to get a reaction to the realm around you. You're basically making yourself the conduit to harvest certain energies. Okay, so magic is also about cultivation. People forget that magic works on cultivating the energies that you need in order to do this ritualistically. So you're doing this in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, in a cycle, in a cycle, in a cycle, in a cycle, until whatever it is that you need either manifest or whatever changes you need happen or manifest. So basically that's what the law of corresponding is. So in order for anything to manifest, it must abide by the laws of correspondence. Okay? So like right here I have a line. What are the correspondence on the physical level of a lime? Okay, so a lime is sour, but a lime is also refreshing. Okay, and then you do the search on that stuff. So yeah, so the lime basically, and then you do your search. Don't research, search. Search within. Do my spiritual things. I learned that limes were used in ancient China to draw away negative chi. So to draw away negative chi energy and from the body. So you would use limes to draw away from your hands. But if you want to use it it's all dependent on your mind state. So if you're in a darker mind state and you want to do some fucked up shit, okay, then I can sour a nigga with this. You know what I'm saying? This could be a fucking deadly weapon right here. But if you're thinking positively, and you have to best be able to deal with the reactions that come with this, even on you and your victims. 1 second, y'all. So, for all those who did not get a free reading, if you want a free reading, then just catch me on the next live. Don't inbox me asking me for a free reading. You're not going to get it. I do paid readings. I do the free ones because that's how I give to people. I connect with people and stuff like that. And it's been a while, and that's just how I enjoy myself. So, you know, it's something I just offer at that moment. So if you don't catch it, you have to come and book a reading. It's sliding scale. Anybody on here knows I offer. You know, it's not always just, my prices don't always be set. I try to work with people. It's sliding scale for whatever you could try to afford. So basically, yeah, so this line right here could do a lot of different things. A lot of different things. You feel me? You got to think of how it would taste if you ate it. Sour, bitter, however. You feel me? So those are the laws of this. How do you do that magically? Well, this is just energy. This is just a cultivated energy. It was a seed, it became a plant, and then from that, it was a seed, it became a plant. From that plant, fruit, it bared fruit. Cultivation. So when I'm talking about cultivation, fertilization, and things like that, you have to think of your magic as if you would be growing a plant. And that's the best way you can do it, okay? So law of correspondence and manifestation. So different herbs and stuff like that. You got alfalfa, the correspondence of that, give you the effect of that. So whatever it corresponds, it's the mirror effect. So this is how you got to know within yourself what you want to do, your intentions and things like that. That's why meditation is key. Meditation 24/7 is key. Not even just meditating in regular style, meditating in your own being. Just keeping a meditative state is great. All right. So that is the law of correspondence. What else do we have? I didn't really write anything down. I just wrote down the definition of the law of correspondence. So that's pretty much manifestation. Okay, so what is cosmic root work or cosmic hoodoo? So cosmic is where you're cultivating higher energies, celestial energies, and you're using them in root work style. So it's like high sorcery or whatever, where you're using the mental aspects, but you're also using that to conjure using the root work. So using various lesser correspondence or correspondence to ground that energy out. Everything goes in the stages of layers. So if you can learn how to break down energy, break down layers, you know how to manifest and make whatever it is. It is said that if you can envision something in your mind so solid that you could see, hear, touch it all with all five senses, even though it's not physically in your hands, but it's physically in your mind, then it can manifest. It can be a reality. And that is the law of correspondence. So this is why you have to feed yourself affirmation. This is why you have to feed these things, because that is the energy you cultivate. And when you cultivate, you release that. That's where it comes in when it comes into the shadow boxing is what I call it, or shadow work. You have to be careful because you're cultivating. If you think that shadow work is hexing niggas, that's not it. That's dark work, and you have to cultivate dark energy such as hate, anger, frustration. You have to conjure those feelings in order to get that stuff done the way it needs to be done. So that in itself can corrupt you in a way, because if you're constantly harboring these feelings and these things like that in order to conjure that particular type of magic, not everybody can handle that. Not everybody knows how to get rid of that energy when they're done. So excuse me, y'all. So basically, law of correspondence, manifestations. What else we got here? Let's see what else is in the title. Okay, law of correspondence. Yep, basically cosmic hoodoo. So yeah, so various, and then when it comes to the herbs and roots, various herbs and roots correspond with planets. So you got to find the connections. So okay, so the connections, how you make your magic or your manifesting stronger is the connections that you make. So you can make connections in the spirit world that can give you protection. You feel me? You can make connections in the earthly realm that provide certain things. So it's the connections of the plants to planets, planets. The plants themselves are seeds that are grown in the cosmic tree of the omniverse. Okay, so this is depicted in some area where you see them with the tree and all those are representation of the different verses in the omniverses and the different how the planets are grown as plants. But there's the whole hypercube and thing like that. So let's see what else. So cultivate happiness, cultivate love, and that's what you can manifest. Now, if you're in situations where you can't always, where other people are manifesting that to you, you have to put up a shield, and you need to be able to continuously manifest that positive energy and positive energy and positive energy and positive energy, positive energy, positive energy. Like just keep projecting positive energy. That's all you can do. So because you have to understand that darkness is light too. Literally, you like to see in the dark. Why you think when you close your eyes you can still see something? So the amount of darkness that you're experiencing is based on the amount of ignorance or in lack of knowledge. So as you gain more knowledge, you gain more light. So you gain more light to get over those darker aspects, to get over those things, to get I just got this recently, to get over these things. And shadow work is definitely not the way of oh that shadow work is. I need to do inner work. I need to do work on my shadow self. I need to go into my lower chakras or my anti chakras or my antimatter chakras and pretty much arrange things. Everything is moving and things like that. Those are the 7 laws of the universe given. So what else? Any questions, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and tap in. So we got a little bit more to touch in on. Yeah, for one negative thought, you should tell yourself 3 positive thoughts to override that energy. That is true. That is true. So yeah, the law of correspondence, and this is something that's really true. Everything in this dimension comes from a reflectory aspect. It says the law of correspondence basically says that our current reality is a mirror of what is going on inside of us. And now I kind of get why certain people do certain things. I get why certain things are the way that certain things are, because certain people, like as far as like their environments, why how people have to have certain ways of their environments, because that really is a reflection of them inside, which is damn shit. Hmm. That changes my outlook on things, doesn't it? That's like, So yeah, your innermost thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Basically, your reality, everything around you or whatever, is the manifestation of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my reality is trippy, hippie, high life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a shaman, carefree, and kuna matata. That's just how I am. I really don't care about too much about what people think of me or anything. I come here with a mission and a message, and it gets done, and that's about it. So, yeah. So basically, if you feeling yourself with unhappiness, if you feeling yourself with chaos, and this is why it's so good to, even though we are presented with um, obstacles and things, it's best that we learn how to transmute that shit. Transmute that shit. No matter how dense you are feeling, transmute the energy that you are feeling. So that way you don't feel that way no more. And that way everybody around you is not experiencing that. Cause that's crazy. Like I be thinking like, damn, just this past week alone kind of taught me a lesson about how my emotions could just, even if I'm not even saying nothing, could just affect somebody across the room. Cause imagine if you meditate and you're like tapped in. And that's even crazier, because even when certain people or certain individuals who have high level powers, they have to control their emotions more than most people, because you can cause an earthquake, you can cause some type of shift or some type of rift or something in the atmosphere or anything like that. So yeah, that's the law of correspondence for real. Because think about people who are psychokinetic, who are geokinetic and stuff like that. These are connections. So these connections run our emotions. So if you guys seen X-Men or anything, whenever they lost their emotions or whatever, some shit got fucked up. So that's another thing you got to take into account. So you got to be aware, and then especially if you live around other psychic people or you're with a lot of psychic people or whatever, they pick up on that energy really well. Because the humans, as humans, our base uh, ability is empathy. So we're constantly picking up on signals and stuff around us, constantly picking up on these things, and you got to be able to not let this stick to you. You got to be able to not let what somebody say stick to you. You got to be able to kind of just allow it to just roll and just keep pushing that positive energy. Because if you don't, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to do things that you don't regret. You're going to say things you don't regret. You're just going to cause a big muck and a mess of just your reality, and it's not okay. So so yeah, one negative thought. Let's go ahead. Let's go. One negative thought. So yeah, used to place the next. Yeah, yeah. Certain ingredients, different results. If you want to use a basil for something, you get a different result. If you focus singly on that intention and that thing, if trying to manifest multiple things at once is hard. Manifesting a single thing one by one slowly is easier. And then also you got to take into account money spells. That in the physical, in the spiritual, and the magic realm, you have to be careful, because the quicker a person is, especially agriculture, the quicker a person gets rich, the sooner they die. So you got to think, people get rich and stuff, and you basically sell your soul to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to live a content life, a life of just slow, gradual, and things like that, versus somebody who wants to just, I need $1 million. Well, you're asking for death to be right around the corner. So you got to be aware of those things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, clans cut cords, exactly. Yeah, we all notice that. If it's sad, we rains. How can you know if somebody, you'll feel it? It's all feeling. If you guys don't get in touch with your own empathy and your own feeling, you won't be able to know if your thoughts are your own or somebody else's thoughts, or somebody's projecting it. because you won't be able to feel the push or the pull or the wave. You won't be able to see it. Some people get so good at that we can see the waves coming off of you. We can see the waves in your aura coming off. We can see all that stuff. So that's what it is. So yeah, when somebody's hitting you telepathically, it could be a pressure. It could be a number of different things. So, any other things y'all want me to tap in on? It's been a good day today. Not too many people here. So yeah, basically we're in a mirror. And if y'all see my video on the fourth dimension, y'all know how that works. So like I said, we're in a mirror. We're in third dimension, which is inside the fourth dimension, or which is inside the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension being the exterior, the fifth dimension being even another layer of it. So when you have the fourth dimension, when you have third dimension, you have space, time, matter. And then when you add on the fourth dimension, you're adding on the dimension of the spirit, or the dimension of the soul, or not the soul. The soul is ninth and higher refinements, but the spirit, and that is thus the reflection of the body. So the spirit is thus reflecting of the body, and the body is thus reflecting of the mind, and so on and so forth. So you're going through these several different reflections. This is how you can tell somebody's still tapping into fourth dimensional consciousness, because they always hit you with the I love myself and a lot of those things and stuff like that. That is fine, but at each level the laws tend to change. So third dimension, they abide by laws of space, time, matter. Fourth dimension applied by laws of ether, 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 and helium, and all these other different various things like that. So they have applied on the higher degrees of manifestations and stuff like that. And density is also something too. The density when you're performing magic is how dense you can make your spell, how wide you could range, how you can cast it, or however like that. So that's pretty much it. Cosmic Hoodoo, connecting to different various energies and stuff like that. As far as corresponding with planets. Planets have correspondence. If you want something that has to deal with money or wealth, you can tap into Jupiter. Jupiter's correspondence are wealth, expansion, growth, business. You want to tap into war, you can tap into Mars and stuff like that. But if you want to tap into masculine sexual energy, you'll tap into Mars masculine sexual energy. That's proper channeling. When you're channeling these energies into your body, into your nadis. That is your network system inside your body. So you're going inside these areas and channeling the energy. Channeling information is totally different, because they have skull to 5G technology. They have technology where they can literally emit psychic waves to your center. So you need to be able to see the beings that you're talking to. You need to be able to know what they look like. Shit, you might even get so close to the connections with them that you'll even know what they smell like before they come. So you have various different spirits and things around you. That's just one aspect of magic. The other aspect of magic is mythical creatures, harnessing energy from otherworldly creatures. That's a whole nother level, because you can get into some shit with that, and you know what I'm saying, you might go fucking with an imp or some shit, or a baka or some type of spirit or something like that, and you don't want to get into that if you're not ready for that, because the spirits will test your G. They will test your gangster to see if you really like that. So or if you're really willing to learn. So that as well. Another thing that I want to talk about is the mysteries, unlocking the mysteries. Finding the information that is not available. That's what it is. You have to study under spirits. You have to study under these different elementals. We have to study under these beings in order for us to access the information that they hold, which cannot be found online or in books. Because what is energy? Energy is energy. Energy is what is information? Energy, information. Thus it's encrypted, and thus it's encoded, and by the time you get into a book, it's only half of what is available in astral. You can get so good that you can read books that are not haven't even manifested in the physical realm from the astral. Like it literally, you are limitless when it comes to this shit. It's all which you tap into. You know what I'm saying? You're limitless as long as what you're able to do now is something you've developed over a lifetime. So if you haven't been able to do it before, you develop it this lifetime. So that way, if you decide to come back next lifetime, or if you die, you've developed that, and that's what you have with you to take with you. So okay, yeah. Sometimes you can hear them or whatever, or you'll see them around, or you see them in your mind's eye and they'll project themselves into the thought realm and things like that. So yeah, so it says your current reality. So think about it, current. You're talking about waves. That's talking about water. You feel me? That's dealing with the Absuian, uh, the origin of magic, which is Absu and stuff like that. So that's basically what that is. So you're dealing with the currents of reality, the waves of reality, because everything around you is illusory, not illusions. It's illusory. It's pliable. It's neither solid nor liquid. It's vibrating. It's gaseous. It's all these things. But it's only just a matter of our perception that we are able to do that. The quicker you shift your thoughts to the law of correspondence, and you shift your perception to the law of correspondence, then you'll be able to see more so how easy things are. Like, this is why we have divinations, natal charts, and stuff like that, because we have tools that are directly connected to that realm, so they can give us messages, like candles. So think about a candle. You light a candle here, you're lighting a candle in the spirit world, which is a light for something to whatever you're trying to draw for you. It's not the candle that does the magic. The candle is the beacon of light for whatever entity needs to come and be brought forth in order for that type of particular task to be manifested. So it's a reflection. This is why when you look at a candle, you have the back side as the spiritual side, the front side is the physical side. I forgot which the left and the right parts is, but so that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I am Ashaya, and thank you. If everyone, all 12, 13 people could share this video, and yeah, we'll go live and probably later or probably just tomorrow with the mystery of shadow work and chess boxing and stuff like that. We'll be talking about shadow work and deep things like that. So I'm still writing a lot of the genealogy and stuff and all that stuff. That shit is crazy because I'm having visions of being like multiple people. And if y'all watch my page, it's heavily encoded with different things in various lifetimes and stuff like that I've acquired. So yeah, y'all might see different pages and stuff. That's just me encoding and just leaving my marker here for when it's no longer that time. So thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed this, and remember the law of correspondence. Okay, so basically it says that our current reality is a mirror of what is going on inside of us. As a result, as our reality is a result of our innermost thoughts. Okay, all is the mind, and the mind is the all. Peace. Oh, and once again, I'm the highest priest on earth.